going, Al? Over here. Obviously, Kristaps out to start the year. You're going to have to step into that starting role and obviously carry a lot of that load with some of the other guys. How are you preparing for that? How are you anticipating the start of the year is going to go for you, Luke, and some of the other guys stepping into that spot?
Yeah, I mean, preparation starts, in the summertime, in the off season, and this year is no different than my previous seasons. Obviously, a shorter summer, different, but putting in the work, and now and over there, starting tomorrow, we started, working as a team, and um, and, and trying to get to work, and start building everything back up again. And for us, just like uh, once Kristaps went out last year, we all knew we all had to step up a little more. And we'll have to play in different ways, and there will be opportunities for different guys to come in and contribute, and that's just how we're doing it, and that's how I'm preparing to be ready to go.
Al, ever since you first signed with the Celtics, it feels like there's been a lot of moving pieces, whether it's starters getting traded or leaving in free agency or coaching changes, even you left and came back. Jalen mentioned it's kind of weird even that there's stability now because you guys brought everybody back year over year. How have some of the internal feelings changed that now that you guys get to build on that team chemistry that you had last year with the exact same roster?
We're very fortunate. Like you said, there's always a lot of turnaround and teams, and for us, we're very fortunate to have, pretty much all our guys back, and everybody, on the same page and understanding and ready to go. So it is nice for a change to have that stability and not have to worry about anything, and just focus on continuing to build what we have here.
Right here in the center, thanks. Other than the night you actually won on the 17th of June, what's been the most rewarding part of your summer, knowing that you guys won this title before you start for your next quest starting tomorrow?
Well, other than the 17th, that parade, it was very special to me. Just being able to be with the fans right there, and all Celtics fans, and they were able to come and attend, and to be able to celebrate that with them and have those moments, for me was priceless. So that was the highlight of my summer. I mean, my wife and I still talk about it, and our kids, they just had a blast. They loved it. So that was pretty cool. And now I'm just excited about just tomorrow. We had a good month of September. We had a lot of our guys here working, and but ultimately for me, just excited to finally get everybody in, and we can start back up again.
Al, you spent some time in the Dominican Republic with Joe Mazzulla and I believe Tony Dobbins as well. So two-part question. First, how did it come to be that they accompanied you and your family on that trip? And then secondly, just as far as how you are received in the Dominican Republic, is it kind of similar to how you're received in Boston, or is it a different level of, because you're not there as often, or you're the first NBA champion, is it almost a different level of reception?
Yeah, I was pretty honored for Joe and Tony to come down with me, and I just asked them. It was with Tony specifically. We were already working, and I knew I was going to be gone during September, and I didn't. And I wanted him to come down and be with me. We also did some basketball clinics for kids down there, and he wanted to be a part of it. And Joe, right away, he wanted to be a part of it. So. I was, pretty fortunate to have them down there. The people really embraced them. We really had a really good time there, and then with the people down there, yeah, people are really happy. It's very similar to here. Just people, just really excited, and people very appreciative down in Dominican. Us being able to bring down the trophy, and them to be able to take pictures with them and see it and just kind of make its rounds. It was a very unique experience, and for me it was very busy, but I was just very grateful for the reception and for all the love of the people, and we already had a lot of Celtics fans down there, and I just feel like this is going to put us over the top there for years to come. People really supporting us down there.
Al, after you won the championship, and finally accomplished that in your career, I think there was some thought that maybe you would retire. So what went into the decision to come back? And do you know how much longer you want to do this?
Yeah, no, I don't think there was ever a question that I wasn't, gonna not come back or anything like that. And for me, and I've said this before, I never put like a limit of how long I'm gonna play. So I feel good, and I'm very fortunate to be in this position, and I give God the glory for that, and to be in this position to be able to continue to play and be in this team. And it's been a lot of years that we've been fighting to get to this point, and now that we're here, I'm just fortunate to be here and to wear a Celtics uniform, and I just want to, I'm just gonna keep playing, and that's what that is.
Leading up to the parade, you talked about your hope that winning a championship would inspire the Dominican community, both here and abroad. So similar question to her, what did it mean to you to bring the trophy back home and see the reaction that got?
Yeah, to me it was special. Years ago, I remember I saw Manu Ginobili with the trophy down in Argentina, and when I saw that all those years ago, I told Amelia, my wife, I was like, man, it's going to be, I can't wait to do that one day. I want to have the opportunity to do that, and then when we won, it was like, we're bringing it down, and the trophy being down there, I wanted to do some. My uncle has a basketball academy in La Romana, Dominican Republic, and I wanted to bring it down to his kids and do like a basketball clinic. That's how Joe and Tony, came on the trip, and. My purpose with that was for them to see the trophy, to take pictures with it, to, bring, inspiration and just kind of hope, for them. I know that at a young age, if you can have any kind of interaction with an NBA player or anything like that, it can be, inspirational. And I think that them seeing a trophy, the actual trophy, bringing it down there, getting them to see it, and I made my rounds around Dominican. We went to different places, and people got to see it, to take pictures with it, and things like that. I just think it's unique, it's special, and it hasn't been done there before. They've never brought the trophy down, I don't believe, before. So for me, it was special, and I hope that it was inspirational for a lot of people.
And then breaking through to your first championship, is the motivation moving forward come from love of the game and the opportunity that this team has in front of it?
It's the opportunity that we have, the team that we have, the group of guys that we have. We have a group that I feel that embodies what being a Celtic is all about. Guys' commitment, willingness to team, to play the right way. We have a group here that gets it, that is going to come into work every day and work really hard, and we're really trying to be the best that we can. So being in that type of environment, it's motivation, and I always just kind of want to keep pushing and just compete. I'm a competitor. I love to compete. I love to get after it, and I'm very fortunate, like I said, just to be in this position right now.
This is Julian. What's it like kind of playing for a coach, which you've done multiple times, whether it's Bud or Brad earlier, that's kind of gotten the opportunity to grow in the role the way Joe is now going into year 3?
I've been pretty fortunate to be, around, really good coaches, and with Joe, it's pretty special just to see him come into his own, continuing to come into his own, and just lead us, and just his sense of our locker room, his sense of what we need. He's just been doing an unbelievable job, and we're just following him. We trust him, and we follow him, and all the guys that are coming in here, they're buying into it, and they understand, that he leads us. He leads the way for us, and we follow him.
You worked 17 years for a title. Is it kind of cruel that you get 3 months to celebrate it, and then you just got to basically reboot and think about next year? It seems like the mentality is like that's over, and obviously when you get your rings and the banner, that's going to be a great night. But then it's like, let's turn the page. Or is that something you're embracing, turning the page? I mean, in terms of working so hard to get there, but it's such a short time to celebrate it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we celebrated it long enough. I'm embracing it. I'm still embracing it. It's a great feeling, but like I was saying earlier, as a competitor, and understanding that we have a season ahead, and we don't have time to dwell too much on that. I feel like I acknowledge it. Like you said, it's been a lot of years, but I mean, my process it's the same. Like I'm putting in the work in the off season. I'm starting my training, kind of building it back up, and getting to this point. And that's just the way that the sport is. And I've taken that time to enjoy it, but I think I don't think I know I'm ready for what's next. And that's why I think I'm so excited about tomorrow. Just the first practice, we're able to get back here together and start looking ahead now.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.